South Korean investigators are really taking their time to decide when to carry out their second attempt to detain President Yoon Suk Yeol. We go straight over to our political correspondent Shin Ha-young at the presidential residence in Hannam-dong. Ha-young, it looks like there hasn't been any action in terms of the execution of the warrant yet this morning, right?
You're right, Dami. I'm currently out here near the presidential residence in Hannam-dong, Yongsan-gu District in central Seoul. And today marks the 4th day since the arrest warrant for President Yoon Suk Yeol was reissued. But there hasn't been any significant movement yet. But with the second attempt to execute the arrest warrant expected soon, the Presidential Security Service has reinforced the residence in vehicle barriers and barbed wire fencing. And the CIO and the police are reportedly working together to finalize their strategy, with the CIO officials saying that it is still coordinating with the police on the timing and method of the arrest. And speaking of the timing, the CIO has not revealed the period of validity of the second arrest warrant, but some media outlets suggest it might be longer than the previous 7 days, with some even speculating it could last about 3 weeks until the Lunar New Year holiday Seoul. And according to investigators, the validity period cannot be disclosed. And meanwhile, on Wednesday, the chief of the CIO, Oh Dong-un, told lawmakers during a National Assembly questioning session that there is no law preventing the execution of a valid arrest warrant. And Oh added that blocking the arrest with security protection excuse is not justified, and warned the Presidential Security Service that they could face charges if they interfere with the execution.
And this time, the police are expected to play a bigger role in carrying out the execution, possibly with a significantly larger force. Tell us more about the police's plans.
Right, so the police are also rolling up their sleeves for the second attempt. And the Korean National Police Agency yesterday sent a document to investigation units in the metropolitan area, ordering the mobilization of investigators. And this includes mobile detective divisions and teams handling espionage, anti-corruption cases, and drug investigations. And the plan is to deploy a large team of experienced officers to outnumber the Presidential Security Service. And in the first arrest attempt, around 120 officers were deployed. And this time, the number is expected to reach about 1,000. Meanwhile, according to the police, it officially requested the Presidential Security Service to confirm the identities of 26 agents who allegedly obstructed the CIO's attempt to arrest President Yoon last week.
Well, Ha-young, it's another freezing day today, and I can surely tell you're braving the cold out there. Do you see protesters in the area even in this cold?
Well, Dami, with temperatures dropping below minus 10 degrees Celsius, there weren't many people out here when we first arrived. And we're still seeing a small crowd, but we can see that it's gradually rising as the time goes. And the remaining crowd is staying warm within their coats and blankets. And President Yoon's supporters are making their voices heard, while anti-Yoon protesters who began an indefinite overnight protest last night are calling for the arrest of President Yoon. And although the crowd is small for now, a larger gathering is expected later in the afternoon of both President Yoon supporters and anti-Yoon protesters when a full-scale rally is scheduled. That's all I have for this hour, but I'll bring more updates in our later newscast. Dami?
All right, Ha-young, thank you for the coverage. You keep warm. That was our Shin Ha-young reporting live from Yongsan.